Hey guys, this video is about factoring quadratic expressions slash equations, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go with factoring quadratic expressions first. This would be our one of our first day's lessons. So let's go ahead and work this thing out. So we have 1 in front of x. So one of the ways that I taught you was to use a little chart thing. You don't have to if you don't want to, and you can use the other ways if you need to. So it's always first times last. Okay, so we're gonna do 1 times -8. So over here I'll have -8. Now I'm gonna put the middle number on the bottom. Mid number. Now what we're looking for is those two numbers that's going to multiply to get -8 and add to get 2. So I'm just going to try a couple. So 1 times 8 gives you 8, but even if I subtract it or add it, it's not going to give me 2. Is that right? So that doesn't work. How about 2 times 4? If I multiply 2 times 4, that gives me 8. That gives me 8, but not -8. So I'm going to do 2 times -4, which gives me -8, and also if I add, it's going to give me -2, but that's not what I want, is it? So I'm just going to try a different one. How about 4 times -2? That still gives me -8, and when you add, I get +2. So those two are the numbers that you want. I'm just going to put it right here. Now, always and always, what we're trying to make it to is that when we multiply these two parentheses, we're supposed to get that number. So we're going to have x here and x there. So these two numbers that we just found will go right on the parentheses. We're going to have x plus 4 and x minus 2. And that would be our factored form. So you'll be done at right here. Now, in order for me to show you that this really does work and that these two are in fact equal to each other, I'm just going to FOIL these out and check and see if the answers are correct. So first times first is going to give you x squared. The second layer of rainbow is going to be -2x. The third layer, so we get plus 4x. The last layer, that's going to give me -8. Right? So if I combine the like terms, I'm going to end up having x squared plus 2x minus 8. So we do get the same thing as we did. So at the end of the day, that expression we just now got, the factored form, it's exactly the same thing as when you factor it out. So that was one of the things that we looked at. Now let's go ahead and look at the ones that we looked at the other day, and that was the one with variable up front. So how about this one? Oops. So let's consider this one. This one's going to say 2n squared minus n and minus 6. Okay. When you look at this, we're doing the same thing. So first times the last. So that's going to give you, and this is going to be your mid number. So that's going to give you -12, and it's going to be your middle number is -1. Now we got to think, what times what gives you 12? Let's go straight to the point. How about 3 times 4? Now, but one of them has to be negative, is that right? Because the number has to be negative. So I'm just going to make 4 as negative, because if you add those two together, that's going to give me -1. And these two are the winning numbers that we want. So same thing here, but this time a little different, just because we have we have a number in front of our leading term. In that case, I'm just going to write that leading term up front. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and put the numbers that we got. So it's +3 and -4. Now at this point, you should ask yourself, well, that doesn't work out to be the way that we want it to be. Is that right? Because if you do first times first, that doesn't give you 2n squared. That gives you 4n squared. So this is when we need to go a little bit further. So right here. So we're going to treat this like it's a fraction. If you look at this part, if I can write this as 2n over 3, can I reduce this? No, I cannot. So I'm done with this. So this one just falls down as it is. Now if I look at the next one, if this was in the form of 2n over negative 4, can I reduce this? Yes, I can, right? I can divide both of those by 2, so I ended up getting 1n minus 2. If you want to check this, once again, you're just going to have to multiply it out and check it. So that's going to give me 2n squared minus 4n plus 3n minus 6. So if you add the like terms, you're going to get 2n squared minus n minus 6. So yes, this does work. So if you have number in front of your leading term, yes, that's going to require for you to do a little bit more work. But at the end of the day, when you get the answer, you just have to match it up and see if that's what you're going to get later. And that is going to be all for this video. It's just a simple factoring video. For the use of you using the quadratic formula, it's going to be on the next video. So I hope this helped, and please let me know if you have any questions.